Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Friday, boo. Happy Friday. Make sure I put this off. Okay. Well, I just want to pop on, everyone. And I hope everybody is having a great Friday, boo. It's Leo season, and your girl finna be 51 on the 12th, boo. God is good all the time. He is. And I just hope everybody had a great week, and have a fabulous weekend, baby. We have to live every day, baby, as though it's our last because we just don't know, baby. You could be here today, gone tomorrow. You don't want to live in regrets, oh, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, type of stuff. We just have to, let's live. Let's live. You know what I'm saying? Life is too short. Okay. I don't know. I just had to say that. I just felt that, a few people, some people, I know, we all have those people in our lives, or we've known a couple of people that just want to make sure all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, In most cases, we have to do that, especially if we have families, and everything. And some people that are single that are relentless when it comes to everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be, oh, it doesn't sound logical to me. Uh-oh, no, must be something wrong with it. No, I can't lead with my heart on this. I need to be logical. That's where discernment come in at, when certain things pop up, in life, which, we on this earth having a human experience, so things can pop up out the blue, problems, that's just the life we live in, baby. Everything is not always 100%. Nothing is always, perfect, great, But when things come along, baby, in our lives, on the job, in a family, just with you as an individual, things pop up. Well, hey, we're going to use we have to, okay, let me just sit down, let me reflect, on why certain consequences are happening because of my decisions, type of stuff. And, I was reading some emails and, that's why I come on and do a video when I get a lot of emails that are about the same type of stuff, same type of, same topic pretty much, you know. People in our lives, and it could be family, friends, when you go over and beyond. I'll say that. You go over and beyond for the people that we love, and a lot of times we, after a certain point, you feel like you're being taken, for granted. That could be true, because especially if it's not reciprocated, when I'm on empty, like let's say when my car is on empty or my energy is depleted, is anybody gonna come and and fill me up? Fill up my car when you've done that so many times for for people. And a lot of times you find yourself, wow, you hear crickets, really no one cares, and I got a little not a little, not a little, a lot of emails like that. You have to know when to pull back And sometimes it can mean with children. You know, a lot of times we spoil our kids. You know, mine grown. You know, my two grown. They know if I can do it, I'm gonna do it for them. You know, sometimes you you would feel, you know, as a parent that you being taken for granted. Hey, wait a minute here. You know, just because maybe I got it like that don't mean the answer is always yes. And that could mean for sisters, brothers, or somebody been your friend since you've been in kindergarten, or whoever been with you through the whole, you know what I'm saying, your whole ups and downs, your bad marriage, your all kinds of stuff. And every time you look around, you know, and that is getting to a lot of people. The emails that I've read, you know, that's starting to get on folks' nerves. When you have to pull back your energy and maybe your finances from someone or some people, doesn't mean that you don't love them, you know, but you love yourself, you know. And the people that contact me, baby, you know, they are feeling like they're a cash cow when it comes to family, close friends, and you know, you divorced from somebody, but you still you feel, I mean, you know what I'm saying, I guess it's in the divorce decree, whatever, you gotta take care of that person, whatever, this, that, and the other. Baby, I don't mean to sound cliche, but folks need to pray more. You know, the universe, the Lord already knows what you're facing. He already knows what you're going through. He just wants you to talk to him. He wants a personal relationship with you. You know? And a man-made contract is nothing for the Lord to, you know, to do away with. If he feels that you have, you know, you're doing the work on yourself and you want, you know, you want to be better, whatever, you know, our healing journey, baby, you know what I'm saying, the journey of life, you know, he'll fix it to where you're free. You know, he will, you know, all you have to do is ask. You know, and also, I was reading that a few people, and I think we can all relate to this too, you know, feel that their reputation is more important than like true love. You know, a lot of people that contact me, they do well for themselves, you know, and they, you know, they're in the public eye and stuff like that, and the person that they love isn't, you know. We have to, and I say this a lot in videos and stuff like that. And baby, you don't have to be in the public eye to relate to this, because I'm sure we've all been through this, especially once you get, you know what I'm saying, my age and older, boo. I'll be 51 in a few days. Baby, I love it. But baby, we have to do what's best for us. You know, we have to do what is best for us, because at the end of the day, who are we actually trying to satisfy here? Who are we actually living for? You know, you have to ask yourself questions like that. At the end of the day, when you lay your head on your pillow, who's benefiting from the decisions that you made? You know, did you hurt someone that didn't deserve it? You know, if you did that, then, you know, that's bad karma. You know, that's bad karma. But you have to think about stuff like that, and we all do. You know, we don't want a genuine person, baby, on their healing journey, you know, trying to get somewhere in life. We don't have time to be people pleasing and, oh, well, because my status says this about myself, and if I pick the love of my life, then maybe I won't have any more fans. Let me say something. When there's a divine connection, you're going to have that and more. Of course, the world we live in, you're going to have haters because they'll be jealous. They'll be jealous because they're not in your shoes. It is what it is. And you'll be surprised at the people that you connect with on a regular basis that just behind the scenes, they can't stand you. But they laugh and smile because you're the popular one. Oh, well, maybe you're the most handsome one out the group, or you're the prettiest one. You have more clout, you have more finances, and if they're seeing with you, then they may get that too. We have to be aware of our surroundings, baby, when it comes to people. We have to be use our intuition and discernment, baby, when people, come into our lives and stuff like that. And are you here for, what you can feed off of me? You want to feed off of me, or are you genuine? You can ask a person that, of course, they're going to say, oh, of course I'm genuine. Not when you ask the universe, show me who this person is, and then bam, you'll see it. Now, if you stay connected to that person, that's on you. Folks are stealing people's money, just bad talking behind their back and smiling in their faces. Boy, it's hard to trust folks. I had to get out of that type of mentality to where I didn't trust no one. And I'm still working on that. Because it's just hard to trust people, and I always ask the Lord to show me this person, and that person, whoever I ask about, I see they bare cheeks, they ASS, the Lord, they show themselves, and if they're family, I'll handle you with a long handled spoon. I can love you from a distance, but you can't come in my energy. So, and, with anyone else, and I think we all should do that. That'll save us a lot of heartbreak, baby, and it can save some folks some money. Easy as that, just simple. But I just wanted to pop on, and say that, and wish everybody a great weekend. I'm celebrating already, boo-boo. Leo season. God is good to see another birthday. Baby, live your life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's golden. I just heard that song in my head, but live your life to the best of your abilities. Have fun when you can have some fun. You just, no one is promised tomorrow, so, and things that just don't, stuff that you really can't change. You may be upset about, you just have to give that, Lord, I give this to you, take the wheel, it sounds cliche, but that's the truth. You let the Lord handle that, and you go and you live your life, enjoy your children, enjoy your true friends, and follow your heart in this season. Okay, and I'm not talking about, because some people do come back in your life changed and ready, to treat you better and be a better man, better woman in your life. Ask God for clarity on that, and if He gives you the green light, put your defenses down and go ahead and give that person another shot, if that's what you want, if there's still love there. Sometimes folks just don't love you no more because you done too much. you done too much, especially when you done healed or halfway there. You don't want to go back to, that's a life-changing decision. So you want to pray on that, and you want to build a strong foundation, equal give and take with someone. And before I go, I want to tap on something else too. I got an email about a man's old women, something, I don't know. It was a long email about somebody's old past HOEs, contacting them and everything. I can relate to that too. You know, oh, I lit they butt up. Don't let the love and light fool you. I'm a warrior, baby. I goes off. And sometimes I cuss like a sailor. You be like, who are you? Type of stuff when you come and mess with my peace. That's just a side note, you know. But this person, yeah, that you know, people that's, I guess, got dropped or whatever, they're jealous, they're mad because they wasn't chosen, they're pick me energies, you know, pick me, yay, pick me, you know, type of stuff where, you know, a divine person don't do all that. You know, he or she sits, you know what I'm saying, on the throne, baby. That's peons and peasants to a divine person. You know, so you keep your composure. You know, if the Lord leads you to say something to these people, it'll be subtle, you know, calm, and it will shut that down quick and easy, you know, and leave it at that, and you let the Lord handle those types of people, because a divine person sits on the throne, baby. They don't go back and forth with low vibrational, low life type of energy. Oh, well, he did this, well, she did this, he's gonna do the same thing to you, she's gonna do the same thing to you. Oh, did you know he's interested in the same sex? Or anything to make you walk away from your person. You have to use discernment on it, baby. I'm telling you. You pray and ask the Lord to give you clarity on that. You don't want to marry somebody and find out that they didn't want to get rid of the low vibrational energies and leave you stuck. You know, we have free will here. So you ask the Lord for clarity on that. But that's what I wanted to say on that. And I wish everyone, you know, a great weekend again. And I am touching and agreeing with you with everything that you are praying for and manifesting on a high vibration, baby, love and light.